Well, let's continue. Now we have a new layer count. This layer is a multi-polygon layer. We can open its attribute table and see that there is a new field, num_points. Number of points for each polygon, number of settlements from layer root settlements inside each polygon, inside each country. We can see that there is one settlement which was misplaced as a Russian settlement. In fact, this location belongs to Norway territory, and we have 155,589 settlements inside Russia. Several settlements are in China, and so on. So this instrument counts.
Excuse me. And those numbers means the number of polygons for the current country.
Number of settlements, number of points from root settlements point layer for each country, for each polygon. We have counted number of points inside each polygon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but it's only for Russia. It should be only for Russia.
Yeah.
Okay.
There must be errors in source file, so it's better to check this. And we see that not everything from this CSV file belongs to the Russian territories. Okay, and how to distinguish the points for the Russian territories? We know the number of them, but we need to find them all. Let's do this. There is a tool intersection, geoprocessing tools, intersection. Now we're going to intersect the settlements and Russia. We need a new layer with only Russia, with only one country in this. So let's prepare the layer. I take this layer, this polygon layer, as a base. I filter this. Name is equal to all the names. I search Russia. Name is equal to Russia, and I test only one row. It's okay. Then I click OK.
Excuse me. Can I share my screen as some way I can't do the same thing? So, okay, I should open it. So as you can see, I made another file. So not only for 2020, but I can't filter it. I don't understand why.
Because you are in the editing mode. You can Stop editing. Yes, save.
Ah,
Now
okay, thank you.
filter. Name is equal to Russia. This is our query builder. Okay, then we have only one country. Let's save this layer. Export, save features as a new shape file. File name, I choose Russia. Actually, I have said this before, so I type Russia 01 2020 because we have data on population density for 2020. Save.
Excuse me.
Add saved file to map. Okay. Yeah.
Could you please show one more time how to select Russia? I tried to follow your step, but
Okay.
something is wrong.
Right click.
Open filter.
Filter. Yeah.
And
Name.
here, name.
Field name. Then all the values. Click.
Russia.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have only Russia.
And after that?
Name is equal to Russia. Test.
Test.
Okay. And
Okay.
do you have this map?
I have the whole world somehow.
I think there must be another layers covering this one. You can switch them off.
Okay. So the layer count was switched on, and so it was above the current layer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Now we have a layer only for Russia. We need to intersect Russia and settlements in Russia. Vector, geoprocessing tools, intersection. We need to intersect points and polygons. Choose Rus settlements and Russia. And we can agree with the default parameters. Intersection is blank. Open output file after running an algorithm and click run. The algorithm will take you about half an hour. We just click this just to make sure that this is not the best thing to run, because there are enough instruments to separate Russian settlements a bit quicker. So I close this. And also you can see that when you stop the tool intersection, you still have some information about this. So you can click executing intersection and you can stop this, because this is not fine for us. The estimated time remaining about 800 minutes, even more. Just stop this operation. There is another tool to distinguish all the points inside a given polygon. Vector, vector research tools, select by location. Select by location. Click. Select features from Rus settlements. They should intersect with Russia. Select features from Rus settlements intersecting with Russia. Modify current selection by creating new selection. Run. That's it. Now we have yellow points inside Russia and non-yellow points outside Russia. The selected points are not saved. So in order to save it, we go to the layer and we can open the attribute table to make sure that some features are selected and some are not.
We should go in attribute table now, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see that the total number of features is this number, selected this number, and you can see that some of them, if you move this, some of them are not selected. We're going to save everything selected in this layer. We close the attribute table, then we go to export, save features as, save features as settlements RU, for example, like this. Save. Then click OK. The layer is being saved, and this is faster than to wait for the intersection tool performance. Okay, now we can switch off or even remove this layer. We have settlements. Oops, why do I have these points? They shouldn't be here. I have to do it again. Research tools, select by location. Oh, just drag and drop the settlement file here.
what are we doing now?
We have, in my map, I have these points outside Russia. They shouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to check and run this tool again. Vector, research tools, select by location, settlements intersecting Russia, create new selection, then I run, then I close it, then I save selected features, not all the features. Export save selected features. We need only selected features. So I choose Russia. For settlements, 01, save. Okay. It's being saved. Okay. Now when we switch off the previous point layer, we can see that the current point layer consists of only settlements inside Russia. So this is it. We have selected points within a given location, select by location. Then we saved all the selected features as a new layer. And this algorithm is faster than, for example, geoprocessing tool intersection. If you want to select only those points inside a given polygons.
But it didn't work now, did it? Unfortunately.
Which one?
So there are still points outside Russia, or not? Or
Here
we have.
there is an island, какой-то остров. So for this case, we have all the settlements, all the points inside this polygon. Because this is a multi-polygon, we have isolated parts, but they are counted as one feature. So we have only one rule in this attribute table. Everything, if we select this rule, everything is in yellow. Okay, now we know how to select and save points inside the polygon. Let's do a couple of exercises and
By the way, could you please remind how to select only Russia? So we need to visit what menu?
If you are going to select only Russia, you prepare a map only for Russia. For example, you take a world map, you filter it. There's a warning message about joined fields. So it is suggested to create a virtual layer. Then you choose only Russia. Choose Russia. Name is equal to Russia. Test. Only one. Okay. Then you have a layer with only one country. You save it. Export. Save features as a shapefile. Then you use the new shapefile with only one country as a location for the points from the point layer. Okay, now we know how to separate points inside location, inside a given location, inside a given polygon.
May you could repeat, please, how we get out emissions of points which was out of Russia?
We prepare a map of only Russia, a polygon layer. So this one. We can use it with a filter. For example, we can use this map, world map, virtual, filter it. Name is equal to Russia, or you can type, for example, ISO codes is equal to this. Test this. Okay, then we go to vector menu, research tools, select by location, select features from settlements layer, intersecting this map, this layer. For my case, this is world map virtual layer. Create a new selection, then run this. Oh. Settlements inside Russian. So this is it. Now we're going to consider a couple of exercises. Please find in the chat. Exercise. Let's start from layers for polygons, Russian regions. From the previous week, and points as plants, CSV files sample 1A, sample 1B, sample 2. You can find them in LMS. So let's upload them. Let's download them and start a new project. Okay, I will save this project.
Excuse me, and we should find those files in the first week.
Let me check this. Нет, это не летучка. The second section, vector data, there must be source files in this section. Administrative borders.
Okay, so it's from here.
So let's add borders for Russian regions. As far as I remember, they are in admin level 4. Yeah. Also, we can reproject this because we're going to work only with Russian territories. Reproject. Reproject layer. Target coordinate reference system is the new one. The new one we have introduced a week ago. You must have this in the user-defined coordinate systems section. Albers equal area Russia. Okay. Right.
How we must understand when we must reproject our layers?
Once again, please.
How we can understand when we must reproject our layers?
If you don't have a picture that suit the current territory, let me start it again. Discard. So I drag and drop this layer, Russian regions. We have this part from one of the Russian regions here, and this map is not the best view for Russia, so we need to reproject this. Reproject. I apply the new projection. Albers equal area Russia. Okay. Then I run this. And we get a new layer, which is a reprojected layer, but the view is not the best one. What to do next? The problem is that the project itself is in World Geodetic System coordinate reference system. сам проект в другой системе координат. Мы перепроецировали слой, но вид в другой системе координат показан. In order to fix this, I get the reprojected layer and apply its coordinate reference system as a project coordinate reference system. Set project coordinate reference system from this layer. And I think this view is better for Russian territories. You can just save this layer with the proper projection for Russia. Export, save features as. We can call this example Russian regions projected. Save. A coordinate reference system is here, what we need. Then click OK. And we remove all the previous layers because we use them as temporary layers. Now we have a new projection. We have a new layer with regions. Then we need to, just a second, what we need to do. We need to create one shapefile from the CSV files. Let's start from the CSV files. There are 3 files on locations of plants. Just a second. Russian plants.
So those are the same pegs we were given last time. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are locations of plants, ID, longitude, latitude, industry code as ОКВЭД, общероссийский классификатор видов экономической деятельности, and 2 digits of industry classification as ОКВЭД 2D. So let's create 3 new
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Before continuing the work, I can see only administrative borders, railroads, roads, and settlements, and I can't see plants.
Can you see this file, sample 1A? Yes. 1B, sample 2. So
okay, so it's from today's. Okay.
In LS, you should have 3 CSV files for plants.
And we need the first one or the second one or the third one?
We need all 3 of them.
Okay, thank you.
We need to create one shapefile from the 3 CSV files. We can either create 3 different shapefiles, then to merge them, or we can just open them in, for example, in Excel. Let's start from one of them. Then I open the second file. Then I open the third file and check whether they have the same fields. Files 1A and 1B have the same fields, so we can just copy and paste. For example, I copy cells from the first file to the second file.
Excuse me, if I'm doing everything right, I can't make some changes in in those files, so I'm not
Probably,
allowed.
yeah, probably you have them in the layers.
Yes, I have put
Uh,
them. So
remove them because when you consider them as QGIS layers, it is not allowed to edit them.
okay, I see.
Just copy and paste, then for the third, for file 2, sample 2, we don't have OCVED, but only OCVED 2D, so we can copy and paste.
Excuse me, and is it all right that my files are not readable, so I need to save them as CSV or something like that?
Do you have them in this?
Nope, I have deleted them from here.
I think now you can edit them.
I can add them, but they are not like columns in Excel, so I need to somehow format them to make them this way.
Open them using Excel. They don't look as tables, right?
Yes, so they are not in tables.
Okay, then you can do like this. Click the first. I think everything is in the first column. You can click this and go to data. Then текст по столбцам. Так, с разделителями. Далее. Вот тут надо посмотреть и в зависимости от того, в каком формате ваш Excel воспринимает, либо там точку, либо запятую. Смотрите сами, когда вот тут столбцы появляются правильные.
Ну, в общем, запятая для меня сработала.
Далее, потом готов.
Все, окей, понял. Спасибо.
Okay, we can copy and paste and prepare a file that contains all the information about plant locations. Just copy and paste from 2 files. Okay. Just a second.
By the way, sorry, one more Excel problem, but I believe it is rather easy to solve. One column Excel understands as a date, like 24th of January.
Okay, I think it's better for now at least just to save this. And I am going to send this sample plants. Just a second, computer. You can find in the chat the CSV file that includes the information from all three CSV files. Okay. Now we need to create a new layer, add the limited text layer, or Ctrl-Shift-T. Our file name, we choose this one, sample plants, CSV. Open this. X field, Y field, longitude and latitude, file format, comma separated values, CSV. Then I click add. Then I close it. This is a generated sample of plants. These are not real data on plants. These are generated for this exercise locations. We have data on more than 2,000 plant locations, manufacturing plants, manufacturing and extracting industries plants. You can have a look at the industry codes, ОКВЭД и ОКВЭД 2 цифры. There must be a link to the industry classification, ОКВЭД. Обрабатывающее производство, добыча полезных ископаемых, например. Добыча полезных ископаемых, коды 7, у нас как раз начинается с 7.1. 7.1, мы можем посмотреть, это добыча и обогащение железных руд. То есть предприятие, основная сфера деятельности которого добыча и обогащение железных руд. И указаны локации. Далее есть, например, 24.1. Это в разделе Manufacturing. Manufacturing industry codes starts from 10. The 24 is metal processing, 24.1, производство чугуна, стали и ферросплава. Вот как следует понимать информацию в этой таблице. So we have plant locations and plant industry codes, and we can color the map based on the industry code. So you can see that there are more detailed data for awkward column, and awkward containing only the first two numbers, the first two digits are in the last column, in the last field. And for several plants, there is no data on detailed awkward codes, only for the first two digits. According to the task, we need to exclude enterprises outside Russia. So let's do it. Here we can see that some locations do not correspond to Russian territories.
Excuse me. Could you please show one more time how to download from CSV? I still got the problem with the dates, but maybe it will work for me somehow. I'm not sure.
How to create this layer?
Yes.
Okay. Vector. Layer. Add layer. Add delimited text layer. File name. You choose sample plants.
Okay.
Close. That's it. Have this layer now.
Maybe I will have when it will understand my Excel file. Okay, I will look into it.
Okay, have you downloaded it from the chat?
Yes, but it still has the same problems. I believe maybe it's because of my Excel, but I'm not sure. It's from 2019, but
When you define a new layer, Control Shift T. When you add a new layer, add delimited text layer. And when you look at this table, you can you should make sure that everything is okay. If something is wrong, it's better to fix this before using this file for the source file. Also, you can apply different encodings if the text, if you have a text in the table, is not what you expected to see. Okay. Also, you can change delimiters. Разделители можете поменять. You can apply custom delimiters. For example, if you have something like this, it's better to make sure that you have all the right delimiters. As soon as you get a table like this, you can click Add and close it.
Okay, thank you. I'll try.
Okay. Возможно, проблема в разделителях. Попробуйте просто галочки другие поставить. Okay. Now we need to select all the points inside the polygon. We go to Vector, Research Tools, select by location, sample plants, intersecting Russian regions, create new selection, then I run this. And then I close it. Now we can see that only those points that are located inside Russia are highlighted. So we need to save them, export, save selected features as a new layer. Save selected features as a new layer. I save as plants projected. Save. I choose coordinate reference system as Albers equal area Russia. Then I click OK. And now we have only those plants that located inside a given territory.
Excuse me, could you please show the table of those plants? The current table. Yes.
This one?
Okay, thank you.
And I remove the previous point layers. And we can rename this layer as plants. What next? Exclude enterprises outside Russia. Done. Count number of plants in regions. Let's do this. Count points in polygons. Polygons, Russian regions, points, plants. Count field name, num points. And then open attribute file after running algorithm. Okay, run. Close. Because of low quantity of plants, in this time the algorithm didn't take long. Okay, let's have a look at the new attribute layer, a new attribute table. We have a new layer with polygons, with regions, and we have number of points for each region. For example, for this region, which is Perm region, we have 215 points. For the next region, which is Sverdlovskaya Oblast, we have almost 600 points, and so on. So we can have statistics on number of plants. Yep.
Can you please show again how we pick points inside of Russia, if you don't mind?
Okay. Vector, research tools, select by location, select features from plants, from the layer sample plants, by comparing to the features from regions. Then you click Run. Then only those plants inside polygons will be highlighted. Then you go to Export and save selected features as. Save only selected, that is yellow features, yellow plants. Okay, let's move on. We have counted number of plants in regions. The third point, the third thing to do is to prepare a shapefile with plants with a new field region for each plant location. Okay, let's do this, because for now we don't have any information in the attribute table for plants. Let's do this. We can, for example, run an intersection tool, geoprocessing tool, intersection, input layer plants, overlay layer Russian regions, then we run this. We can close this for now. The tool is working. The next thing to do is for a given industry, create cluster zones with 3-kilometer radius and at least 10 plants in each, and mark plants in the cluster zones. Let's run buffer zone. Before this, we can color the map using industry codes. Let's do this. In order to distinguish different industry plants. Layer plants. Go to Properties, Symbology. Graduate, okay, not graduated actually. Categorized, for example, Hawkvet 2G, classify. We have more than 10 different industry codes, 7, 10, 11, 20, and so on. We have classified them. Then we can color them using, for example, random colors, or you can choose whatever you want to. Then apply. Okay. Let's make the polygon layer a bit transparent, for example, like this. And we can see that Some colors are close to each other and some colors are not. Let's create the so-called buffer zones. We can start from where is chat, from industry number 17. Let's have a look. What is it? 17. Производство бумаги и бумажных изделий. Let's have a look their locations. Oops, not this layer. Our intersection layer is ready now. Let's have a look at this attribute table, intersection attribute table. Open attribute table. We have data on our plants. They are identifiers, longitude, latitude, industry codes, and then we can see that we have data on regions. So after intersection, we have new fields in our point layer. So we can save it as a new layer, as a new shapefile. Let's do this. Export. Save features as a new shapefile. And we can call this plants, projected, and regions, because we have data on regions as well. Okay. So let's work with this layer. Let's filter using awkward 2D value is equal to 17 test. There are 115 plants of this industry. Okay, let's have a look at this. Some plants are close to their neighbors, and now we're going to create cluster zones with 3-kilometer radius. When you are constructing buffer zones, you need to make sure that your layer is in metric coordinate system. Let's check this. Если здесь указаны градусы, единицы измерения или extent, то вы не сможете создать буферные зоны, измеряемые там, в километрах или метрах. Сначала нужно проецировать. У нас уже проецированный слой. So it's okay. So we can start we can apply the buffering tool to this layer. Parameters, input layer, plants, projected regions. Distance, 3-kilometer radius. We know that the new projection Albers equal conic Russia is in meters. So we need to put this, we need to put 3,000 instead of only 3,000 meters. You can leave it as default as suggested, and just click run. Close. And we can see that for each plant we have a buffer zone as a circle, but in fact it's not a circle. You can see that this is a polygon with vertices, and let's check whether there are buffers intersecting each other. I cannot see plants that are located close to each other. So we can try another radius to make a larger zone for each plant. We can call this layer as buffered 3 kilometers. Just rename this buffered 3 kilometers. Then let's start a new buffer tool. Plants project the regions. Distance, for example, 10 kilometers. Then I run this. Close. And now we can see that some buffer zones overlaps each other. For example, these 2 zones. We can have a look at the attribute table. For each location, for each plant, we have the same fields as for the plant. So let's add a new tool to our analysis. For a given industry, create cluster zones. I just add some how-to for you. Please have a look at the chat. How-to for the last part. We have defined cluster zones. We have defined buffer zones, not cluster zones. Then we need to dissolve this. Dissolve, то есть объединить перекрывающиеся полигоны. Let's do this. We can either use the tool with this click, dissolve result. Let's try this. Then we run it. now you see that there are zones. There are zones consisting of buffers with multi-buffers, let's say like this. But when we have a look at the attribute table, we have only one feature. So everything in this layer is considered as a multi-polygon. То есть все слилось и воспринимается только как один объект. This is not what we want to get. So let's apply geometry.
Oh, sorry, the QGIS see all these points as only one object.
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly. At last, we need to drop everything containing a small number of plants and work only with larger territories. Например, мы хотим оставить только то, что содержит не меньше 5 точек. Сейчас это проделаем. For this, we need to convert multi-parts to single parts. Geometry tools. Let's go to vector, geometry tools, multi-part to single parts. Run. Yep. Single parts. Open attribute table. And we have 68 features. 68 features. And now we need to count number of points in each zone. We can run the instrument. Can run instrument count points in polygons. This one. Use this layer, single parts, points, plants. Not this one. Plants, projected regions, because we have filtered one industry. Num points and open output file after running. Run. Okay, close, and this layer count, open attribute table, and we understand that the same name of the region is not correct, because we created this file from multi-parts to single parts. Тут для всех стоит один и тот же регион, что неправильно, но нам не эти поля важны. The most important thing for us is num points. Number of points in each zone. And we can filter this filter using num points. Num points is equal to, for example, at least 5. Test. Rows. Example, at least 4. Test. 4 rows. Okay. Now we have defined we have defined 4 cluster zones with at least 4 plants of this industry. So we can say that these areas with higher density of this industry. Okay, and at last we can save features as, and at this stage we can deselect industry, not industry, deselect origin names because they are not correct, and num points. File name, let's call this cluster 17. So that's 17. Let's save. Okay. So that's it. Now you know how to define the so-called cluster zones depending on a given number of plants within a given distance. Time is almost over. In LMS, you should find 3 papers for the paper-based test. A paper by Donaldson, Dave, Duranton and Overman, and Hodler and Rushkin. You can download all 3 papers. What it is expected that you read them, you understand the main idea of using geographic data. For example, in paper by Duranton and Overman, they use plant level data. In Donaldson's paper, he uses railroad in the colonial India data. In Rashke and Hodler's paper, they use satellite data on nighttime light intensity. You need to understand the main idea, how they interpret their data and how they process the data, how they analyze their problem and use it to make conclusions. And the paper-based assignment will be in 2 weeks on the October, I think, October the 4th. You will have up to 80 minutes to answer the questions of the test. Do you have questions?
So we will have test on reading materials.
Yeah.
Okay, and I
One of
have
the
a question. Are there in the university some computers where QGIS are uploaded?
There must be. Let me check this. Just a second. Let me share my screen. IT-отдел ВШЭ Санкт-Петербург. IT HEC SPB, just to Google it, and just Google it this. Then you can find computer classes, computer classrooms, and there must be a list of installed programs, installed software. Depending on HEC buildings, for example, at Kantemirovskaya, there must be okay, there must be on the 4th floor, I think. Yep. At least a year ago, they haven't. They installed this. It's a very strange thing because I saw QGIS a year ago at Kantemirovskaya. Now I cannot find this. I think if you need this in a certain classroom, it's better to ask me. Then I can send an email. То есть, если в какой-то аудитории вам надо, я могу отправить заявку.
Okay, thank you.
Also, you can have a look maybe in Griboyedova. Yeah, there is QGIS installed in Griboyedova and maybe in Pechatnikov. No, I think this information is need to be checked. Okay. Also, you can. I think you can come into the Center for Market Studies and Spatial Economics to Kantemirovskaya. We have a couple of computers for students. If you need this, just drop me an email and we can arrange when you can come and use the computer. Можете прийти на Кантемировскую, на 5-й этаж, в Центр теории рынков и пространственной экономики. Просто заранее напишите, когда планируете быть.
Хорошо, спасибо.
Просто чтобы менеджер знал, что... More questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Спросить.
Да.
Меня же слышно, да?
Слышно, но с шумами.
Секунду.
Можно спросить по поводу, там был в градиенте, где выбирается переменная, по какой идет заливка, там было legend что-то там было, legend folder, или как так называлось, строка, где было %1-%2. То есть я предполагаю, что это какой-то должен быть тип переменных, как он туда должен выводиться или что-то такое.
Так, это про сегодняшний вы спрашиваете?
Да, вот вы открывали градиент, там заливку.
Так, вы имеете в виду раскраску, да?
Да.
Какой условий? Сейчас я фильтр уберу. Я тут не раскрашивала. Сейчас. Symbology. Вот это?
Да.
Так. Value.
Legend формат вот.
Так. Ага.
Вот это никогда не трогать, оставлять так или что?
Там много настроек. Вот смотрите, когда наводите, подсказка появляется. Здесь вы можете регулировать диапазон значений. То есть если вы собираетесь отрисовать только то, что, скажем, в районе от 15 до 19 находится, вы это можете здесь указать. Но можно это не регулировать, просто оставить так же.
Все остальное, то есть оно пропадет, все остальные точки, у которых значение меньше 15, например.
Через фильтр, либо прямо здесь можете делать. Или, смотрите, так давайте укажу. Quet 2D, Classify. Или можете здесь отключать, то есть какие-то точки из какого-то диапазона, они не будут отображаться, если вы здесь отключаете. То есть таким образом еще можно регулировать отображение.
Хорошо, понял, спасибо.
Можно вот уточнить по поводу градусов, когда мы бафферинг делали. Вот вы вначале сказали, что там все отображается в градусах, ну вот мы диапазон раздаем. А как вы сделали, что в километрах?
В километрах я применила проекцию. Смотрите, вот так, Reproject, перепроецирование. Если исходный файл в градусах, а нам нужно далее какие-то измерения, расстояния, например, вычислять, то надо перевести в новую проекцию. На прошлом занятии мы с вами вводили новую проекцию User Defined Coordinate System. Посмотрите, у нас и в PDF-слайдах второй лекции в конце есть, как определять Albers Equal Area Russia. Я это применяю как Target Coordinate Reference System, затем делаю Run, и происходит перепроецирование. И вот этот новый слой уже в указанной системе координат. Там все измеряется в метрах. Это потом нужно, потом это может понадобиться, когда, скажем, вы будете измерять линию вот от этой точки до этой точки, вот столько-то метров он показывает. Когда в градусах, у вас измерения будут в градусах, но для чего это нужно, непонятно. Вот. Если что-то пропустили и не добавили эту новую проекцию в QGIS в прошлый раз, то проделайте это, потому что мы довольно часто будем пользоваться этой новой проекцией. Albers Equal Area Russia. Угу.
А можно будет следующий сценарий, например, ну, поставить на запись? Вот если просто некоторые моменты упускаешь через запись, чтобы посмотреть.
Ну, хорошо. Если надо, поставим. Еще вопросы?
Да, у меня есть такой больше организационный вопрос. Вот мы сегодня сдали домашнюю работу, и это у нас больше не будет никаких работ, или у нас еще будут какие-то домашние работы?
Да. Оцениваемое еще будет.
И по поводу экзамена, я правильно понимаю, что это будет либо групповой проект, либо индивидуальный, да?
Да.
А у нас будет тоже на него 1 неделя, или все критерии вы уже попозже пришлете непосредственно к самой сдаче?
Давайте я по поводу экзамена на следующем занятии подробнее расскажу. Вам надо будет поставить себе какую-то задачу, решаемую с помощью изученных методов, либо изученных в аудитории, либо там еще что-то самостоятельно будете делать. Сами добываете данные, сами что-то делаете, сами рассказываете и поясняете, какие выводы получили или какие можно получить.
Хорошо, спасибо вам большое.
Исследовательский проект. Угу. Еще вопросы?
Можно еще вопросы задать про кодировку, про координатную систему? Вот когда я, например, загружаю какой-нибудь слой, например, карту России, у меня по умолчанию стоит кодировка VGS84.
Да.
После этого я захожу, например, в проект, меняю кодировку всего проекта на Альбера. После чего я вот, например, нажимаю правой кнопкой мыши по своему загруженному слою, там есть показать CRS, и он все равно почему-то пишет, что CRS остался в VGS84, хотя это очевидно, что не так.
Смотрите, нет, это все так. Смотрите, есть разные вещи. Весь проект, где вы указываете, что все, что будет закинуто в этот проект следует воспринимать как вот папку, ну вот обложку. Вы туда внутрь закидываете слои разные. У каждого слоя может быть своя проекция. Она может быть и в градусах, и в километрах. У каждого слоя своя проекция. Но папка, проект, все отображает в заданной системе координат. Если сказано, что Альбер Сайберия, то все будет отрисовываться в этой проекции, хотя сам слой может оставаться в градусах же.
Ну, то есть это никак не повлияет на вычисления сами, правильно? То, что...
Могут повлиять, если вы будете считать дистанцию в слое, который в системе градусов, тогда расстояния они будут не иметь смысла.
Ну, даже если у меня вот во всем проекте задано, что там километры, да, расстояние.
Да, то есть проекция проекта используется только для отрисовки. Заданная проекция проекта, она не меняет проекции каждого слоя.
То есть поэтому нужно еще ходить и отдельно для каждого слоя ставить, да?
Да, для анализа каждого слоя нужно смотреть проекцию каждого слоя.
Вы случайно не знаете, почему тогда может неправильно отображаться? Я просто вот пробую сейчас дать координатную референс-систему для всего проекта Альбера, потом для конкретной карты России. И после того, как я поменяю на карту России, он у меня перестает отображаться, отрисовываться.
Если хотите, можете показать свой экран сейчас. Если больше вопросов нет, то или в какое-то другое время. Так. Я могу консультацию на этой неделе провести, если вам понадобится такое.
Ну, давайте, если я тогда никого не отвлекаю, я могу сейчас показать экран.
Ну, давайте тогда.
Да, всего доброго, до свидания.
До свидания, всего доброго.
Сейчас, секунду.